Can we all just stop bitching about female Ghostbusters and just be happy Ecto Cooler's back?
Knock, knock, open up the door.
It's Will! Welcome guys, it's me, Will, and we're talking about Ghostbusters 2016. Or Ghostbusters Answer the Call, or those girl Ghostbusters. Whoa! Straight up, this movie's perfectly fine. It's fine. Just fine. Not great like the original Ghostbusters. Not terrible like something offensive like the Hangover sequels. I'll say this straight up. I will say I get some of the hate from awful trailers. Everything else is fucking stupid. I'm sorry to be so blunt. I'm sorry to be explicit and say that, but it's true. Like, everybody takes such offense to this franchise becoming awesome female Ghostbusters. If you guys really wanted a Ghostbusters 3, go play the video game. I hear it's got a great story, and if you're really mad that we didn't get one to come to theaters, blame this guy. Love Bill Murray, but for years, it was his fault that we didn't get one. I hate to like point the blame at him, but there's all kinds of stories where Bill Murray's like, oh, the script wasn't right, I didn't like it. But apparently doing Garfield and a few other like crappy comedies were good ideas. I don't know. But as you saw in the previews for this, someone is making devices that enhance paranormal activity. And it almost does beat for beat stuff like the original Ghostbusters. They go to this old haunted house and they see that ghost woman. That was their first encounter to actually back up their science that ghosts are real. So that was cool. We meet Patty, which is Leslie Jones's character. She was solid, even though the power of Patty compels you wasn't too funny in the trailer or the movie. She had some moments to shine. I really enjoyed her. She doesn't deserve any of the hate she's getting. And anyone who's trolling these women literally has no lives, and you're a fucking troll and you're a monster. It's disgusting. I hate to be explicit, but I love most of these female comedians, and even though they didn't really ask for it, I'll take the shield up and I will defend them because they did nothing wrong in this movie. Like, they did fine. Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy were fine. They weren't as funny as they were in other movies. I know they can do better, but they did perfectly fine here. The two standouts of this were Chris Hemsworth and Kate McKinnon as Holtzman, and I forget the boy's name. Forget Chris Hemsworth's name, but he was very solid in this movie. He had a lot of moments to shine, and now I'm always going to call Pringles salty parabolas. But like I said, the plot of the movie is someone is making devices that are enhancing paranormal activity. We find out he has this plan to like break the barrier and like create another crazy green beam towards the sky to cause the end of the world. Crazy, right? So original. But yeah, this movie has great solid moments where I laughed and had a good time. Besides that, it was beat for beat like Ghostbusters 1 and 2. And at this point, I checked the box office and I've seen stories. Ghostbusters 2 with this cast probably isn't happening, so I guess you haters got what you wanted, assholes, but it's whatever. It doesn't deserve the hate. I think there is still some stuff they could get from this mind of Ghostbusters, but the way they approached it and just throwing in what they did was awful. The cameos in this movie were pretty good, solid. They did a little bust of Harold Ramis. I figure the movie's been out enough now that you guys have either heard about it or didn't, but if you hadn't, there's a little bust of Harold Ramis somewhere. Bill Murray being the skeptic and the one trying to disprove the Ghostbusters is actually kind of funny, considering he didn't want to do any of the movies there. Let's see, what else? Dan Aykroyd has a fun moment, which is kind of weird, but he's a taxi cab driver, and he's talking with Kristen Wiig about getting her to another part of town. He's like, oh, no, don't worry, these are just class 5 vapors, which I'm going like, wait a minute, there's a chance for a crossover here. This could be... I'm just thinking from there for a minute, like, oh my god, he could be the character from the other Ghostbusters. He just got stuck in this universe and got stuck being a cabbie. And then Leslie Jones's uncle, she mentions him so many times throughout the movie. We finally get to see it, and oh my god, it's Zed. It's not actually Zed, but like it's the actor who played him, Danny Glover. And I'm just like, oh, like holy crap, that's pretty cool. We also get the receptionist from the original. She's a receptionist in this, being herself again, and she nails it. I think the only thing I would have liked was a Rick Moranis cameo, but he stopped acting. This movie's solid. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's by no means a good movie, and you don't need to rush out to see this, but when it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD, by all means, go see it. It's worth at least one watch, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you think all this hate amongst Ghostbusters 2016 is unwarranted? What's your favorite Ghostbusters property? Is it the cartoon, the video game, the original 2 movies? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, when there's a will, there's a way. Thanks for watching. guys saw in the trailers, someone's making paranormal advices.